These freshly baked lemon blueberry poppy seed muffins are a spring staple in my kitchen. They are easy to make. They meal prep really well. They are filled with lots of nourishing real whole foods, and most importantly, they taste delicious. So to make these muffins, we are going to start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and greasing our baking pan. So we are going to be using some coconut oil a little bit later on in this recipe, and so I figured that I would just go ahead and measure this out and actually measure out just a little bit extra than what I need for these muffins, and then use that excess to help me grease my muffin baking pan. So I'm just microwaving it to melt the coconut oil. You can also do this in a pot on the stove if you prefer, and once it's all completely melted, I will just go ahead and pour a little bit into each muffin like liner here. So this is not a traditional muffin pan, as you can see. This is a muffin top pan. The tops of the muffin are my favorite, and so I really wanted to just go ahead and make muffin tops. And so I have these muffin top pans, and there's 6 for, muffins per pan. So you're going to need 2 pans in order to make these muffins if you wanted to use a muffin top pan, because this recipe does get like 12 muffins, or does prepare or makes 12 muffins. But if you wanted to just use a regular muffin pan, then you can just go ahead and do that. And again, go ahead and grease it just like you see me doing right there. I just use a clean tissue or a paper towel and spread that oil all around just to make sure that the muffin pan is very nicely greased, and it's gonna help you so much getting those muffins out later on when they are done cooking. So now that that is all done, we can actually go ahead and start preparing our muffins. So in a large mixing bowl, you're gonna crack in an egg and you're gonna add in some buttermilk. If you're not using buttermilk or you don't have it, or you want like a dairy-free option, you can mix together just on the side 1 cup of milk of your choice along with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Stir that together, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then you can pour it in, and that's a nice buttermilk replacement, or you can make it yourself just like quickly for this recipe. If you do this, make sure to zest the lemon before you juice it, and we're gonna use that zest a little later on. Okay, so after the buttermilk, go ahead and start whisking your mixture and slowly pour in the coconut oil. The reason I say to whisk as you pour and to slowly add it in is because the coconut oil is warm because we melted it and we don't want the egg to cook. So we just wanna make sure that we're whisking it to help prevent that. You're also gonna add in some honey and the lemon zest. So I had buttermilk in my refrigerator, so I didn't have to make it myself. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and zest my lemon. So I used 2 lemons in order to get these muffins to taste so good and lemony. We're gonna go with that as a word today. So I noticed that when I've made these muffins with just 1 lemon, that the lemon flavor just does not really pull through, and 2 lemons is necessary. Okay, so now that that's all good to go, whisk that all together, make sure it's all well combined, and now we are going to add in our dry ingredients. So you could do this in a separate mixing bowl, mix the dry ingredients together, and then add it into the wet ingredients. But I've just been making it this way for so long now. I make this recipe all the time. Again, it's a staple in my kitchen, especially during this time of year. And I hate doing dishes. I love to cook and I love to bake, but I don't like to do dishes. And one day I just started to add the dry ingredients into the bowl like right away with the wet ingredients. Did you see all that flour that left there? I left that in there, guys. I thought that would be a good laugh for you. Again, baking and cooking with me is never a dull moment. Okay, so I just go ahead and put all of those dry ingredients together in the bowl. I think the key here is just don't mix them in like one at a time. Pour them all in or measure them all in before you start mixing. So that's what I do there, and I find that it works fine and it saves me some work on the cleanup, which is great because I'm a busy woman. So, all right, so that was oat flour, whole wheat flour, baking soda, baking powder, and some salt. Super simple. So then we just use a wooden spoon or a spatula. I love my spatula, so I'm using that. You're just gonna stir that until it's well blended. A few lumps are okay. You don't wanna overmix this. And then we're gonna add in some poppy seeds. So that was a nice tablespoon of that. And now we're gonna add in some blueberries. These were some frozen blueberries. I just gave them a quick rinse because I don't think I washed them before I froze them. So if you just buy like already frozen blueberries, you don't have to worry about that. And if you wanted, you could use fresh blueberries as well. You just rinse them, let the water drain, and then you can go ahead and add them in. And then you're just going to gently stir them in with your spatula and make sure everything's well combined in your batter. And now we can go ahead and start filling up our muffin baking pan. So I'm using this like medium-sized ice cream scooper, and I find that like just 2 of these is the perfect amount. And I like to use this so that all the muffins are generally around the same size, but as you will see later on, you can like take a spoon and kind of move the batter around if you need to, which I usually need to, because at the very end, there's always those 1 or 2 muffins that need a little bit of extra batter. So I usually just kind of redistribute the batter as I need to, but there you go. And we're just gonna fill up those muffin tins. You can just use a regular spoon. You don't need an ice cream scooper for this. Get creative. This is a really simple, customizable recipe, and it's really easy to recreate. Okay, and then I'm just adding in a few extra blueberries there because at the very bottom of the batter, there really wasn't very many blueberries, and I wanna make sure that all my muffins have some decent amount of blueberries in there because I love them. So I just added some in and then just took a spoon and just carefully kind of mixed them in right then and there. And here we go. Those are the muffins. And now we're gonna go ahead and bake them in the oven. So if you are using a muffin top pan like I am today, you're gonna bake these for about like 14 to 15 minutes. Keep an eye on them, okay? Everyone's oven is a little bit different. Okay, and if you're gonna make like regular muffins in a regular muffin pan, then you're going to cook these muffins for about 17 minutes. So that's just a little bit difference on the time right there, but this is what they look like when they come out. The edges will be nicely golden brown, and they are so good. You can let them cool for about like 5 minutes, and then you can take a butter knife and kind of like inch them out of the muffin pan. If you greased it well enough, you should not have any problem getting them out of the muffin pan. And this is what they look like when you open them up. You guys, they were so good. So go ahead and store them in the freezer once they are completely cooled. Otherwise, you can eat them right then and there. And that's it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Please subscribe for more healthy recipes and healthy living content. I am so excited for what's to come this year, and I can't wait to bring you guys along with me on this wonderful health journey that we're all on together. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.